guys, it's Terry. Welcome back to my channel. Okay, so yesterday I took a poll about if you wanted to see the Ooh La La palette or the Nubian's Place foundation, and I had a palette too. And so this video is going to be for the, or not Nubian, the Juvias Place. I think the foundation or one of the palettes is called Nubian. Anyway, but also I wanted to take a moment to show you my sparkle box because it came in for the month of June. This usually ships right around the first of the month. So if you can still get this though, so if you like these, you can go ahead and go in and order it. I will have the sparkle box link below. This is $24.99 a month. You get one piece of curated jewelry. It's not styled to you. Everybody gets the same thing, and it is going to be a piece that is on trend and current in kind of with what people are wearing presently. So if you know, like, people are wearing bigger earrings and these, and you only always wear small, tiny, dainty earrings, it might not be a great subscription for you. But if you love all different types of jewelry like I do, I wear all of it. Probably don't wear studs as much except for my second holes, but I really don't change those. Those are my diamonds from Robert. So, but for me, I really love all jewelry. I truly love all jewelry. And if you are a jewelry lover, then you will like this too. You can join my team too, if you want to. I don't really talk about that too much, but I do have a new person that came on, Angela. She just joined, and so she is also going to have the opportunity to promote and sell the jewelry. But I actually love the jewelry. This is one of their necklaces, and I love it because it's got gold little beads. They actually move up here, move around, and then it's got silver. So I can wear this, whether this is silver or gold. It might be a color, we'll see. So it comes in this really, really cute little Park Lane box. And, oops. Oh, there. I always forget how to open these. That's what that's for. So it slides open. The box slides open like this, and you have your little package on the inside. The boxes are fantastic for gift giving too. This is a great thing where you can like build up a gift closet too, because you'll have 12 pieces of jewelry by the end of the year, and you can give the ones away that you don't want and keep the ones that you do. All right, so let's see what we got here. So it comes in a nice little Park Lane bag, and here's they're really nice. I mean, these are super nice bags. And then your jewelry comes like this, so it's wrapped up and protected. Ooh, look I see gold. All right. Ooh, okay, so these are, and then it's in another bag. These are a pair of earrings. Oh, these are pretty. These are right up my alley. Look at those. I'm actually going to go ahead and put those on. Those would be really pretty with what I'm wearing. All right, we're going to film this, and then I'm going to film, I have my mix and match box that came in, which I always love. It always gets me in trouble. Always. Because they just send she sends the cutest things. My stylist has been working with me for quite a while, so she kind of knows what I like, and I always get in trouble. I can't get this tiny little back on. What the heck? It's one of those little rubber backs, but it's just tight. Oh my goodness. My hands are slippery because I put all the serums on my face today and the lotions before I came downstairs. There we go. That was a pain to get on. Ooh, but that's pretty, isn't it? Those are beautiful. Oh, I love these. $24? Actually, I think it's just $24, not $24.99. These earrings are gonna, or whatever you get, we got a necklace last month. They're gonna be valued between, it's gonna be valued between $60 and $80, the item that you got. This is designer jewelry, and it is the equivalent to like the Rocks Box stuff when you get that. Like a Kendra Scott designer. I mean, it's created by designers, and it's high quality. It's made with the same materials. A lot of times we get knockoffs and dupes, which is really fun because then you can wear that, you know, really, really, really high dollar one and not have the high dollar price tag. These little backs, I will say, are very tight. I hope they loosen up a little bit. Ooh, I like those. Those are fun. Okay, so that's my sparkle box for the month of June, and I will send, I will have the like I said, the link below. Just make sure it says that you're shopping with Terry. I'll put my name on the screen and all my info below. So, and actually I'll put my regular website down below for Park Lane too, in case you don't want these, but you'd like to look at all the other jewelry, like maybe you want this necklace or something like that. Okay, so I went to Ulta and I got some stuff. The first thing that we're going to try after I put, it'll be going right on next. I gotta just put a primer on. This is the Juvia's Place I Am Magic Velvety Matte Foundation. Now I'm trying this on for you guys. I am typically not a full matte girl. I do like to have more of a glowy, sort of healthy glow. So I don't know if I'm gonna like this. I used it a little bit the other day and I did not like it. So, but I think I might have put it over something it didn't work well with. So we're gonna try it today and see how it does. And I'll try to come back and do a wear test too. Then I got this, and this is the Nubian by Juvia's Loose Highlight in the color Cleo. They had two of them in the store. There was a darker one and a lighter one. I obviously got the lighter one. And it's a beautiful sort of champagne highlight. And we're gonna put that on today. I already have opinions about those two things, but I'm gonna refrain and tell you at the end. And then I got two palettes. I got the Festivals by Juvia's Place, and I got the Masquerade by Juvia's. Since this one's been open, I'll show you the inside of this one. All right, some really fun colors in here. You got some bright pops of colors, and then you got some darker neutrals and a couple like highlight and transition shade there. So it seems to be a pretty decent palette. We might use a little for both palettes today. I'm not sure. This is the Festival palette, and I think, how many shades does this one have in it? This one has, does it say in here? It's good for 24 months, cruelty-free. Is it 4, 8, 12, 16? So there's 16 shades in this one. And I think this one is bigger shades and not as many. Yeah. This has 9 shades. This was the one I showed that we would play with, and this one is the Festival by Juvias. So here's the colors in this one. I don't know what we're gonna do, but we're gonna do something. So let me see if there's a transition shade in here. Memoir is kind of a transition shade. Oh, you know what? I was thinking those are that was transition, but that's actually shimmer, so it's not. Okay, so there's not really a good transition shade. I think I can do something with this palette, so we'll just have to see. All right, so let's get started. By the way, update, I did the Ooh La La palette review yesterday, which I'll be uploading probably today, and you'll probably see this one tomorrow, but I used the Burt's Bee Goodness Glows, and I love this foundation. I thought this was going to be too dark, and it was not. It looks dark in the bottle, doesn't it? But it wasn't when I put it on. This was fantastic. So I reviewed this. I like this. I would recommend this. This is the Burt's Bees Goodness Glows. I did link it in that video, so you guys will be able to take a look at that. All right, just check that video out. It's the Ooh La La palette review video. Let's get into this. And I need primer. I'm almost out of primer. I'm using the Pure Primer. I'm almost completely out. And I'm just sort of focusing that on the T-zone and the pore areas. I do have some more primer. This primer has a bit of a glow to it. We'll see how it does with a matte foundation. I don't know if you can see, but it's got like some shimmer. It's a very light shimmer. All right. So right off the bat, one of the things that I noticed when I used this the other day that I did not like is there's no window, no way to see the color. There's really nothing. I have the color Isla, and Isla 730 is the color that I have, ISLA 730. There is no way to know what you have. So if you are a makeup artist, this will frustrate you because you will not be able to quickly look at all your foundations and pick a shade. You will literally need to open this up and squeeze some of the product out to be able to know if you what the shade is. Okay, I pressed really lightly and that literally shot out. I don't know if you saw that. I don't think you did. It like shot out that bit. So that's what I'm going to use. There's the color, and it's very thick. So, and I believe they said this is a full coverage. Let me see. It's really hard to read the backs of these. Our Second Skin Creamy Foundation offers a smooth application with a soft, natural, soft matte finish to give a flawless coverage, a great formula to even out your complexion, refine skin texture, erase blemishes, maintain the initial finish throughout the day, suitable for all skin types, including sensitive and oily. I have combination skin. I have dry areas on my skin, I have oily areas on my skin, and it says it's free from paraben oil and whatever cyclopentasiloxane is. So I'm gonna sort of dab this in, and we're gonna go. I have watched some reviews on this foundation, and from what I see, people with lines on their face, like myself, are complaining. They're saying that it settles into the fine lines horribly. I feel like a lot of full coverage foundations do that, and I feel like a lot of matte foundations do that, which is one of the reasons I go with more of the dewy. Now this is supposed to do more of a soft matte. I'll try to get kind of up close after I get it all on so you guys can really see what we're dealing with and look at my skin texture and all of that, and to see, because I obviously have lines all over my forehead. I've got fine lines and crow's feet around my eyes. All right, that's probably not enough. We're gonna put a little bit more. I can actually still see my redness sort of popping through, but granted, I didn't hardly put any of this on, so I got some redness here, so let's see if I can get that to cover up. Not really. It softened it. So I want to see if this comes out okay. I do like squeezy tubes. I just feel like I'm not sure about the thickness of this. Also, my eyes stained a little bit pink, and so I am going to put some foundation on it. I'll put concealer on it. That's stained from using that Ooh La La palette yesterday, which, because some of those are pressed pigments and they're not technically considered eye safe. So I do want to give this a fair shot, because I just tested a little spot with it the other day. I didn't do it on my whole face, and I just don't think it worked with whatever product I had underneath it. So right now it's looking good. Up close it's looking good. I can see it looks nice. Seems to be a good color match for me. Color matching was really hard because they have like a ton of shades. I think they have like 80 shades. So in the Ulta store, they did not have 80 shades obviously out for testers. They had about 6 testers out. They had some dark shades and a couple light shades. And you just sort of have to figure out what it is that, if it's gonna, you just got to pick one. Ulta does have a good return policy. I think that this Isla one was one of the ones out for, they probably picked one that was like more for like light, and then like light to medium. I'm sort of like a light to medium, although this is making me very light. All right, so I'm gonna come in close and show you guys the texture. And the fine lines. That looks terrible. Okay, so it's going really, what I would do is try to keep it away from any of that. So, and it looks like when I rubbed it, it just literally rubbed, can you see that if I back off? It rubbed away the foundation, like it just didn't set yet. So I guess I gotta wait until it sets. It feels dry, but when I rubbed it, obviously it wasn't. All right, well, so I got some pores here. It's going into my hair here, and it looks like it's doing something weird. All right, well, we're gonna let that sit. I'm not gonna put powder on it. I don't think I need powder. I am gonna take Jeffree Star's concealer on my eyelids because, like I said, I got remnants of pink from yesterday's video. That will come off, and probably, I've washed my face twice now since that, and it's still there. So if that bothers you, that might not be a good palette. It's not all of the shades. It's like the really dark hot pink shade I used. It tells you on the back of that palette how many pressed pigments or ones that they consider non-eye safe. Usually it's all the red shades are that way, and all of the, I have that right here, so let's look at it. Usually it's the red shades and the pink shades. I think it was the sandbar shade right here, but let's look on the back and see if it says. It doesn't say on here. Maybe it says on here. No. It says pressed powder palette, so I guess they're all considered eye safe because it doesn't say they're not, but it did stain my lids, so there's that. All right, so this one's dry, this one's still setting. Okay, so we're gonna get started. I'm gonna do my eyes on camera. I'm not gonna do my cheek, my blush, bronzer, lip, but I will do the highlighter just for time. I'm gonna just go in here and we're gonna get started on the eyes. All right, so the first shade that I'm going to use, and if you wonder, I always use a color switch when I'm switching out the colors, or if you see me using the same brush, this is what I'm using, which is a color switch. This is by Edgy Beauty's Shadow Switch, and I got it at, there we go, I got it at Michael's or TJ Maxx. It was Marshall's. It was at Marshall's. So I am going to go in, I think, start with this Mamwa color because it's the lightest kind of color in here. There is no mirror. I wish there was a mirror. I mean, those girls are fun to look at on here, you know, on the inside. It does have a magnetic closure, but I wish it had a mirror because I've got to put it down, and let's just pick up our Ooh La La palette because that has a mirror, and let's get closer in. Boop, 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 boop. All right, here we go, girls. And this is like a peachy coral kind of a color. We're gonna use this. Let me open that palette. Oh, it's still up. Good. We're gonna use this as in transition. I'm not gonna do too crazy of a look today because there is a bright pink in here, but since I did the Ooh La La palette and that was pink, we're gonna, oh, maybe I'm a little too close because I think I might have been out of frame there. I don't want to do two pink looks 2 days in a row, and it's kind of rainy out here today. I think what we're gonna go to the store and get some stuff for the garden. We got a new tiller. Robert gets the best deals. He found a $800 and some tiller for the garden. They said something was broken on it. He looked at it. He knew that that's not what was wrong with it. He bought it and he got it for $100 and fixed whatever was wrong with it, and it works like a dream. So we are tilling up a garden today. We're adding in our tomato plants, and we're going to be adding some other plants in, and that is what's on our agenda. As long as it doesn't rain, because it's been raining for days. All right, so that looks good. The color blended nice. It's a beautiful sort of peachy coral. I absolutely love the color. I think that that's a nice color. This is a good one for a transition shade. Voila. All right, so next color. That color, by the way, it's hard for me to pronounce their names on these. It's called Mamwa. It's M-M-A-N-W-U. Right there. So now I'm going to go in next with the color Ofla. O-F-A-L-A, okay? I am taking a smaller brush. This is a Kenzie brush, my daughter's name. And it's a fluffy crease brush. It's just a little smaller. And I'm gonna go into the outer corner of my eye, out in here and into the crease up in here. This is a very bright shade. Now we're gonna make it look pretty. I don't usually wear orange on my eyes either, so this is interesting, you know, for me to put orange on my eye. All right. And I'm coming right down into here with this color. Really sort of giving some depth on the outside and even just a little bit of depth in here too. And if you have hooded eyes, go up a little higher in your application so that when you look straight ahead, you can see the color that you want. Because a lot of times people do amazing eye looks and it's all covered up because you have a hooded lid. So you do have to go higher if you have a hooded lid. Use all the space up your eyebrow. Use it. You got like a canvas there, you know? It's working nicely with that first color that we laid down. I feel like this is almost neon for me. It's pretty though. I kind of want to put the yellow on my lid, but I don't feel like that yellow is dark or is bright enough for what I want to do. Let me look in the other Juvia's Place palette. This one. Let's see if there's yellow in here. There is not. There's a pretty brown one. There is a mustard in here. So I guess I'll start putting this mustard color on my lid here and then maybe put this on the inner corner. So let's do, this one is called Oro. Now I'm using a Sigma, this is a cream color blush. This is a great cut crease brush. I don't know why I picked this. This is not the right brush, but it's gonna be fine because I'm just swiping it across. Yeah, it's not the right color, but I actually am gonna switch. Let's see if I have a packer brush. This is the Vintage Company. We got this in a BoxyCharm, but I gotta clean it. It's got some kind of cream shadow or something on it. I mean, the yellow, you can see it. It's there. There we go. And we're gonna pack that yellow in. This is not a super pigmented, so let's see if it's buildable. Okay. Now if I wanted this to pop a little more, I could have done a cut crease here and the color would have been over like a lighter base and would have popped a lot more. They even have like white bases that you can put on your eye, like a white cream base. All right, so what's that? Stepping back, that looks decent. I'm just going to take a big fluffy Morphe E45 and sort of blend out here and just sort of soften the edges. There's no product on here. Same thing here. Just soften those edges. All right. I am going to go into the corner right here a little bit more with the Isafa, which is this dark brick red. Just a little bit with this. I want to go very, very, very lightly with this. I don't want it to be too crazy. Because these colors are really pigmented. I will tell you they blend really, really nicely. I'm actually going below the other line so you can see it's kind of darker there. The palette itself is performing well. All the colors that I've used are really doing a nice job. Okay. I don't know what that is on my face. And it won't come off. Okay, so that's pretty. So I think it's time for us to do a little bit of a shimmer on the inner corner. And the only color, there's a color called Adagwu right here. It's like a champagne color, so we'll use that. Now I'm going to go in with the Sigma Cream Color E58 brush and use that on the inner corner of both the eyes. And use that, I'm going to bring it down a little bit, because use that as sort of our inner corner color too. And I'm just going to slightly brush it over that yellow. Kind of creating almost a little bit of a sunset look. Okay, all right, so that's looking good. I'm gonna take this packer brush and go in with the yellow kind of down under my eyes, and then we're gonna do some of that orange under here too. I wash my face so good, and I think what I'm seeing, those little black dots, I think what they are, I had fake lashes on yesterday, and I think it's lash glue that is kind of rubbing off as I'm doing my eyes, but I thought I got it all off. All right, so there's our bottom yellow. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna add orange down there. I'm just coloring my wrinkles. Color wrinkles, girls. Color lines. I have a really nice line right there. Actually, those go away as the day wears on. I'm always like puffy, so I don't worry about it now because they really do go away for me after the day goes on. I'm gonna go into that bright orange again. This brush is a Morphe brush. It doesn't have a number, but it is a flat brush. And what you can do with this is stamp this on your eyelids. Right there on the edge, almost like you're putting liner in. But you're not, and then we're gonna mix it all up together a little bit in a minute with a fluffier brush. Hopefully you guys can see okay. Okay, so far so good. Now I'm going to take that same one that had the yellow, and I'm just going to brush again along the bottom line just to kind of blend the colors and make sure that we don't have any harsh lines down there. Okay, I'm stepping back. I like how this is looking. I am gonna do a different color for the highlight up and top, and I don't really have it in this palette, so I have to look and see what I've got. Oh, you know what I got? I can use my Ofra palette. I'll use this middle color, which is Glazed Donut. Let us do that. Clean my brush off. That should give us a nice highlight. I'm gonna try to use the Bang Beauty pomade that I got in my Slate Glam box, which you guys are probably watching that video now because I just uploaded it. It was really, really not loving me. Okay, and I like this color. I am just gonna come in and just do a little bit more of that glazed donut in the inner corner. I love, if you guys need a dynamic highlight, oh God, Ofra highlights are so beautiful. But we're gonna try out the highlight from this company too for our face. All right, I'm gonna finish the rest of my face, put some eyeliner on and mascara, and then I'll come back to show you the highlight. I'll be back. Okay guys, so I used the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner, which is in a dark like brown shade called Brouhaha, on underneath in my waterline, and of course on my top line. I used the Pure Fully Charged, I think this came in a mystery box, mascara. The mascara is a little bit messy, like you can see down here. Couple spots. I got a couple spots from it. I don't know if I have fallout or not. This is the first time I'm really using it, so I'll let you know on that too. I use the Christy Brinkley blush here, which I really like, but it's more of, it's kind of a bronzer type of a blush. It doesn't have much shimmer or anything else, but I thought with the warm look today, it was good. And the gold jewelry looks great. I did use the Pure Bronzer. Doesn't that look dark for my skin? But it doesn't come off dark. You just, I mean, I didn't go in with a super light hand. It just didn't come out very dark. So, yeah. That's me rubbing it in twice onto my skin. So it's not as scary as it looks. That's 2 swipes with my finger going in, even though here it looks scary. So it's not. That's in the color Mineral Glow. All right. So, and it says you can use all over the face, neck alone, or over 4-in-1 mineral makeup. So, all right. So I'm going to leave my lips blank because I am going to come back in a few minutes and do a Jeffree Star gloss video. So I'm not going to put that on, but I am going to go ahead and open up the Juvias Place. This again is in the color Cleo. It's a loose pigment, and we are going to put this in. Now I'm going to clean. I really like this blush because you can sort of buff this into the skin. This is a Morphe E45, and you can see what it looks like. And I am going to go in. I got to be very careful because upon first application, it's a pretty strong highlight. So let me put this in and show you guys. And this I feel like gives me a more control over where I put this highlight too. Now you can build this highlight up as much or as little as you like. See, look at that. That just like put a massive amount of highlight. It went down too low on my face. This is actually a stunning highlight. It's really pretty. Do the same thing here. Get it up, build it up to the same intensity. You guys see it okay? There we go. Look at that. This is a gorgeous highlight. It's so pretty. I think you guys will really enjoy this. I would recommend this. Now, like I said, if you're, depending on, you know, who you are, what color skin tone, if you are my skin tone or lighter, get the Cleo, okay? Get the Juvias Place Cleo Loose Pigment. This does tend to stay on all day long. I'm gonna come in and show you. Well, I do have texture here, but it's just so pretty. It's so pretty. And if you are darker skinned than me, if you're like medium or tan or deep, I would get the next shade, which is more of a golden color than this. This is more of like a champagne color. Okay, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of lip gloss on my lips. This is City Lips Plumping Lip Gloss. You guys have seen me rave about this before. It worked so well. It literally, after 2 minutes, your lips are bigger. It's the only plumping lip gloss that I've ever used that works. I can just put the website down below for you guys. Let me fix my hair. Here's how I do my high ponies, by the way. I pull a little bit of my hair out, I give myself a little poof, and then I pull the sides again, and that is how I get my ponytail. I have people ask me all the time, like, how I do my ponytails. I even went into my hair salon one day. I had really long hair at the time, and she's like, oh my god, your hair looks so great in a ponytail. You're making me want to do a high pony. So, all right. I'm going to come back in a little bit. We'll do the Jeffree Star stuff, but that's the look. I think that it came out great. Overall, like looking in this mirror here, Right now the foundation looks good. It's a little too dry for me up in here. So the only option I would do is maybe I could, because I'm going to bronze it anyway, maybe on this part of my face I could use the Juvias Place foundation and then take the glowing stuff on Burt's Bees. This is more, it's more moisturizing. This is not a very moisturizing, the Juvias Place is not a very moisturizing, nourishing kind of a foundation. It's matte, so it's going to be drier. If you have oily skin, you might really like this. For me up here, it feels very, very dry. I do not like that for my forehead because it just makes my forehead look more wrinkly. So I think I would use a different one for my forehead and maybe mix the two. The palette I like. I think the palette is cute. So I think this is a beautiful sunset look. It's kind of warm. Can you imagine this look in the fall with all the changing leaves? You'll match the leaves, but you also have your pink and your blues in here. I mean, you could do something with the red and the pink and the yellow if you wanted. I don't know how you'd work in maybe some gray, do a smoky eye with some gray and blue and these three colors here on the lid might be fun. So it's got an interesting color story, a little bit different, but I do like the pops of color. You could even do the blue like in an inner corner pop or something. So it's neat. So again, this is 9 highly pigmented shades, and it's a gathering of ritual celebrations filled with bold, daring, and mystical trances, a fetish party complemented by exuberant colors. That's the festival palette. And then this one is the Masquerade Mini, and this one says it was inspired by festivities usually filled with beautiful and striking colors, enormously captured and celebrated with joy, beauty, vibrancy, and spirituality. 16 richly pigmented colors created and formulate to beautifully elevate your beautiful qualities. Let's celebrate. So love those. Great palettes, and I think these palettes are $25 each. They're 20 or 25. Very pigmented. The only thing I might do is come up a little bit here with some of that little orange shade again, maybe, because I think that I need that. I think it needs a little bit of that orange shade to come up, maybe just a tad higher. See how it's kind of down under there? Maybe I covered it up when I did the highlight. So let's just raise it up. Yeah. And you can go ahead and soften it again with that same brush that I used for the highlight if you want. I wanted to bring it up a little bit so I can see it and enjoy that pretty color. Okay guys, so that's it for my eye look. I'll be back in a little bit and we'll do the Jeffree Star. I can already feel my lips plumping. This stuff is amazing, this lip gloss. So I will list all the Juvia's Place items below. If there's something else I use that you want to see, the pure bronzer I probably can do. This is the Christy Brinkley, the blush I used. If you like kind of more of a natural looking blush, this would be a good one. It's in the color Posh, but I did get this at like the discount store. I got it at Marshall's on sale, so I don't know if you can still get this in the stores. A lot of the times stuff there you can go to the store and buy, so, but I'm just not sure about that. So I'll see you guys all in the very next video. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please let me know in the comments below if you like the eye look. I hope you enjoyed the foundation. I will give you updates on how this thing wears, and I'll do a check-in a little bit later.